Welcome. I scream at the top of my lungs today. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm currently at home with my family, so that would wake up everybody. But nevertheless, welcome one and welcome all to another episode of the One More Thing Tech podcast. As always, I'm your host, Quasi,
And I'm Adam.
and Apple dropped a lot of stuff this week, right? Last week
Yeah.
we started reporting on it, or I guess now they dropped it last week, and last week we started reporting on it. But we record on Tuesdays, so we weren't able to get all of the juicy details about the new stuff. So let's start with some of the stuff that we've missed or that we weren't able to cover, if that's okay with you, Adam.
Absolutely.
All right. So do you want to start us off?
I do. So, as we know, the 17E was announced, as well as the iPad Air refresh.
This
But
is
there's
true.
more that just came out besides that, Quasi. We knew about this new MacBook that is a reduced price to kind of compete with the lower end computers you get from like Walmart or Dollar Tree or whatever, if your Dollar Tree even has those. But in any case, it's the MacBook Neo. It is the first MacBook that's using an iPhone processor. Now you might be asking why would they would choose to do this? Well, it's because of cost. And also, let's not diss the chipset in this MacBook. It's a pretty powerful chipset that makes your phone run just super quick, and all this fun stuff with it. I think this is a good move, and I also think that this is a good entry level. Then the price point I wish was a little bit cheaper. So it starts
Okay,
at
so my power
$600.
just went out.
Well, you're still here, so
I mean, yeah, this is very disappointing here. Oh, I guess it was just the light.
okay.
I don't know why I did that. If it does that again, I will just be turning it back off and on again, I guess.
Okay.
That was a little bit scary. Sorry, everybody. Go ahead.
No, we are fine. So the price point of $600 seems a bit high for what I thought they're going to do. I thought they're going to do $400 to $500. Needless to say, though, that is the price point of the wow, I'm trying to think what it is now. Mac Mini. So it's getting that price point. It's a good entry level device to get started with Mac OS. So I think that's really nice. Now, people are making complaints about it, Quasi. Did you see that the keyboard colors look a bit different in person than they do in the videos? Did you see that?
I've not seen that complaint, but I do think that they're trying something new and that the keyboard colors should not be the biggest of people's issues. Like, let's be honest with ourselves.
I completely agree. I'm just saying that people have noticed what they're showing in the videos and the marketing is a lot different than what they see in person. Now, all I have to say is this. This is a great entry level device. Now, here's what people are comparing this with. People are saying this is Apple's attempt at a Chromebook replacement. The issue is a Chromebook, Quasi, is what kind of price range?
You need a Chromebook for like $200, bro. Not
Like
even.
two
I think
hundred
it's like
about
an
what?
$80 Chromebook.
Yeah. Basically, I think all Chromebooks are underneath the price point of this MacBook. I think so. Maybe all of them. So
This is
here's the thing. Like, I don't see schools replacing their computers they give kids, these Chromebooks with this device. Now, they might if they're higher end schools or private schools, whatever the case is, but I think it's still a great base point Mac for most people, especially those that just browse the internet, check email, do very, like, small level things on a MacBook. But overall, it's not a bad device. I mean, it has Touch ID for crying out loud. That's pretty
not,
impressive.
not both versions. There's one version with Touch ID, and it's
That's the
$100 more.
512.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But the fact that it has at that price point is still good.
yeah,
So that's the first thing. We also see the new MacBook Pros with the M5 chip, M5 Pro and Max chip. So, and then they're saying that is a significant increase from what we've seen before in the past. That chipset is unhinged as they usually do at Apple, and I'm so happy that they do this every single year. But the issue with this, Quasi, is one issue with the M series chips.
issue.
You'll agree with this, I promise you. It's this. You get this new MacBook, right? It is an
Right.
incredible MacBook, wonderful specs, the whole works, right? and next year there's one
Yeah,
that's better. That's the issue.
that part gets to me. Like
That's about the
I
only issue there is. Now, not
so
that you should feel obligated to get one every year. It's not the point here. The point is this. You just think to in your head, man, this is awesome. I love it. How can it get better? And they just show you next year. And it's crazy that on a yearly basis, they can increase this MacBook chip so good every year. I don't get it. So, to me, that's very impressive. Needless to say, the new MacBooks are really nice. They haven't changed a lot for the actual design or the colors. It's really just about the chipset, more RAM. But here's the thing. We're going to talk about this a little bit later on. The new MacBooks are just faster than ever. And we'll explain it later on in the show today. Beyond all that, though, there's also a Pro Display XDR brand new on Quasi. And the biggest take for this,
really good.
the stand is included.
Dude, and that
It's
was a
not
big
extra.
thing last time.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it.
I think we might have went over it once on the podcast, but the stand itself was very expensive. I can't remember if it was like $1,000 or not, but I know it was insanely expensive.
Insane. Now
Just like
it's a
those
nice stand.
$400 MacBook Pro wheels. You don't need $400 wheels. Don't get me wrong, they're really nice wheels,
Yes.
but they're not car wheels. I'm not paying $400.
Yeah,
You know?
they're big expensive. So here's my question, Quasi. I want to know your feedback and your take on the MacBook Neo. What's Quasi's just overall review? Not review, but just like this announcement. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What's your take?
So first and foremost, I love the colors. Right, the colors are awesome. Do you have any complaints with the colors this time?
I have a completed well, okay. One color I complain about.
Is it the
Just
yellow?
one. Yes. No.
No, it's not the yellow. Is it the pink?
Yes.
What's wrong with the pink, Adam?
Washed out pink.
Adam, I think
Tell me
not everyone wants like a deep like coral.
Let's just go back to the iPod days. You know those pink iPods that came out? The click wheel and okay.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and pull up live. Just pull us up live, and this is why I expect to see for pink. Okay, like I said, I want to have a discussion with the person at Apple that's approving this. Because it's got to be somebody saying, guys, this is what we're doing for the pink, right? Or whatever. Yeah, or the touches. Touches were. Go back to the iPod Touch pink and look at the back of it. That's like the best pink they've ever come out with. Go to the back of it though. Like the second image, and that's pink. That's pink. 100,000,000% of people, and that exact number, would prefer this pink over the pink that's there. Every time.
Maybe less than 100, because
100,000,000%.
I don't know if I
prefer
prefer
this.
pink.
Clearly, the people that were making the colors back then are not the same people today. Now, that being said, the yellow is pretty good color. Is it a good vibrant yellow? It's not still, but you know what? It's a great attempt at yellow. It's a lot better than I expected them to do. The deep black, purple, blue color, whatever that's going to be, also not terrible. And the silver, good. Like, this is not the worst color set I've seen for a MacBook, especially the ones that are, iPod. I just want them to bring it back, Quasi. I really do. I think it's time.
This device was.
I know exactly, because I had one. I miss it. I want it back, actually.
And it's like, good Lord.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let me get off of here so we can stop going.
Just so nice. But the colors, except the pink one, are pretty decent. I'll give them that. That's a good attempt at yellow. I don't think that's something that I can say is treacherous. They could do better, but it's not terrible.
Well, we appreciate you giving them.
Proceed with your review.
Okay, my review of the MacBook Neo. I really like the colors. I really like the blue one. The silver one's really cool. I have no complaints with the other colors, right? Now, for $599, or actually, if you go to the education store and you, did you know that first and foremost, if you go to the education store, Apple doesn't even check to see if you're a student. So if you're buying any devices and you're not buying them off the education store, you're kind of missing out on a free $100 discount. But that's I'm not endorsing that. I'm not telling you to do that. Just so you know.
Target definitely does, just so you know.
Yeah. So for students, it's $499, right? For an A18 Pro chip, which is the same chip that's in my phone, but I've never pushed my phone to the limit. Now, you also have to understand.
Me either.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So it's in a different format now. It's being optimized to run Mac OS, right? Mac OS isn't a particularly taxing operating system in most cases, right? And yeah, you're not going to do any extremely high level multi column video editing on here. You're not doing multi track video editing. But
Well,
what you
but
are
can
doing
you though?
is you definitely can. I have no
But I'm
doubt in my
saying
mind.
like you probably shouldn't on this device, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But
you're going to do that and get
it
a
could
better one.
surprise you.
Yeah. But for most people, I don't think anyone should be buying a MacBook Air anymore. Okay, maybe not that. That's a bit of a crazy take. But I don't
There's
think.
an M series chip though in the Air at
Yeah,
least.
that's why I said that's a bit of a crazy take. But I think that this device finds those consumers who maybe grandma bought you or grandma's going to buy you a really high end Chromebook, right? This Chromebook is going to be $799, or a Windows computer that's $799. You can be like, Grandma, I don't want that. It's not for me. Right? You can show her this little MacBook Neo. Grandma, it comes in all these colors. Sure, Grandma, it only has, what, 250? I think it's 128 gigabytes of storage, actually. I'm not-
256.
Hold on.
No.
Apple,
128's out the window. Wait. If Grandma is buying you a Chromebook that's like $800,
Grandma doesn't love you.
Grandma needs an intervention because she doesn't understand. She hates you. There's one or two things.
I don't think she knows better. So I will say, one thing that I found very interesting is the position of the speakers. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. They're kind of like in a
The
different
side,
spot. Yeah,
those.
they're on the side, but like
Yeah.
not on the side like how MacBooks are, or like how the MacBook Air. Like it's not on the side of the keyboard. It's like built into like the chassis, like right next to the USB-C port and stuff. So I find that a little bit interesting. What you should know is it only comes with 8 gigabytes of unified memory, which on a MacBook is pretty much 16 gigabytes.
Rough though. 8 gigs. I mean,
I
the
feel like
iPhone has more.
8 gigs I would not have been able to use all of them. Adam knows. Adam will tell you all the time. I've opened numerous apps, and I've still
And
never
tabs.
used 100% of my RAM.
Yeah, he has so many tabs open up that you can't even see the name of the tab anymore.
This is
It's
true.
like half of
Sometimes.
the first character.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I just on a Windows device, if you do the same thing, if you're not 32 gigs of RAM or more, crippling effect.
You can't even open
It
4
just
Chrome
is.
tabs. But
Yeah, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
no, it's fine. The only thing I'll say is I don't like the fact that there's only 2 ports and they're both USB-C. Like you're gonna have to go get a dock eventually. It's really unfortunate. But if you're getting this device, you shouldn't be needing a dock because you should pretty much exclusively be doing Word documents and using it as a better Chromebook replacement. I don't even want to call it a Chromebook replacement because I feel like the two still aren't in the same stratosphere, right? Because this is like MacBook Neo and the Chromebook's down here. Like you can't even see where my hand's at because it's so low. But I think this is one of, if not the best devices. And I saw a thing the other day where it's like you can get. We need to stop calling Apple overpaid or overpriced, is what the guy said. He said that you can get a new MacBook, a new iPad, a new set of AirPods, and a new iPhone for all under $2,400, right? And honestly, Apple has become the the brand of the people. You can get some really cheap but high. I wouldn't even call it cheap. High quality budget items at Apple. 17E, high quality budget item, right? The Apple Watch SE, high quality budget item. This new MacBook Neo, probably the best out of the high quality budget items. And then you got your regular AirPods. Now, on the topic of AirPods, you might notice that Quincy has no AirPods in today. I just need to go on a little backstory real quick. So I was playing basketball on Sunday, right? I was hitting green, right? I actually didn't hit any. Oh no, I definitely did hit some threes. So I was going green, right? But on the way, we had to walk across this little piece of grass. It wasn't little; it was quite large. But we had to walk across it to get to the courts. And so I put my headphone or my AirPods, which are attached to my keys, on in my friend's bag. And then my friend went back to college, and I have not retrieved them from his bag. So
Oh, so
I'm
you know where they're at least.
yeah,
They're not lost. Okay. You made it sound like that you lost them again, like
well,
they're in some
this
play in
morning I was in a
Pittsburgh or
bit of a
something.
panic, and then I'm sitting here, I'm trying to reminisce, and I was like, oh, I know exactly where they are. They're about half an hour away from me, so we might just drive down there today. Um, Sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent, but it was very important to let you guys know why I don't have AirPods and why you might be hearing an echo of Adam today. Adam, are you
I have a
hearing something
question.
talking?
I have a question about this Neo, and it's really starting to bug me a little bit. So their included charger, the USB sorry, words are hard. USB-C 20-watt charger. Can it charge with more than that?
So it charges up to 20 watts. Yeah, because it's a 36.5 watt hour lithium ion battery, and the max charge is
Okay.
8. Well, it's just saying it comes with a 20 watt. Let me do some research really quick.
The peak I already did. While you're doing that, it's 30 watts.
Hmm.
Man, that seems low. That
Yes, it
seems
is, but also, I guarantee you plug this thing in for 5 minutes, you will have a decent amount of battery.
okay. You know what? That's actually the most impressive part of this. If it can charge at 30 watts max and still be efficient and charge quickly, if you want to call it that, that's kind of impressive. I mean, the iPhone is now at 35 watts, if I'm not mistaken, correct? With the very same
I think
chipset.
it's 27. Or, no, hold on. What is the max charging speed for iPhone 17? It's big 40. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
40 watts.
I'm going to
Man, I
sneeze.
was really wrong. So, okay. So, we're talking about 50% less for a MacBook Neo with the same chipset.
No, the chip in the MacBook Neo is the chip from the iPhone 16 Pro,
That's correct.
not the 17.
But yours is 35 watts. Am I not?
I think mine is
Is that?
27.
I just gotta know now. I must know because, hold up, processing, 45
45.
doesn't seem right at all.
That seems like
Sorry. Okay, hold up. That's the C port interface, but it's 27 to 30 watts. Okay, so it's about the same as okay. Never mind. So I think it's probably a limitation of more so the chipset. That's what it
right.
seems like, which is okay. I'm just saying 20 watts seems like, okay, if you're going to do that and you can peak at 30 watts, they should just include 30 watts. But I guess Apple, they don't really give you with any device that you purchase in the MacBook series, they don't give you the max charging adapter with it, do they? They just don't.
If you buy the MacBook, the Max edition, or you buy the one with multiple cores, well, they all have multiple cores, but if you buy the one with the most cores, they'll give you the highest watt charger.
You sure?
Yeah, you'll get a 96 watt.
But I thought I could charge higher than that. It's not true.
The MacBook?
Pretty sure they go up to 140 watts.
I just don't think that's true at all. Hold on. Tech specs.
I think you're wrong.
16-inch. They pass wherever battery's at.
140 watt. That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's
MacBook Pro.
the cable it comes with. If you buy the M5 Max, it will come with an 140 watt USB-C power adapter. Or the M5 Pro apparently comes with up to 140. Okay, mine definitely doesn't charge.
Okay. It does. Okay, good. Yeah, but I thought for the longest time they gave you like 96 or like less than 100. So that's good. I did not know that they did that for the newest Macs. Sorry I get completely off topic with this, but they don't usually give you the max charging capacity brick with it. And, you know, that's okay. They should really change that. That's what I'm saying for all the rest of them too. Okay. But beyond all that, I want to bring up these new devices that they came out with. And here's the thing, Quasi, if you can believe this. They're not done yet. That's just like the first part of the year stuff they're coming out with. They're still on track to release a lot more than just this. Just so you guys know. We're not even at dub time. You know, we're not even on. There's so much more to come. That's all I gotta say. And now that they got the MacBooks out of the way, we didn't see an iPad mini, which I'm sad to say. That's coming out, I think, next year at this point. Quasi, it's not done. They're not going to not do it. I think they just had a lot on their plate this year, and they need to get this stuff out first, and that's okay. Give us some time.
They updated the MacBook or the iPad Mini last year, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not entirely I'm not.
Yeah, I know. It should be better.
The best one on the market is just I'm not upset.
Also, it should be noted that the MacBook Neo only supports one extra external display. Just so you guys know. Not that you need to have a whole lot more than that, but some people like to have two monitors, and this is not supported. So, which is okay. It's okay for a budget device. But in comparison, I think that the Mac Mini does support two. So if you really need that, just get a Mac Mini.
Well, the Mac Mini supports two because it doesn't have its own display. So...
Well, correct. And it also has an M-Series chip, too. So that's another difference. Alrighty. Well, that is what came out last week from Apple. And I'm excited to see this. This is a good little shift and change. And I'm excited to see what they have coming up next as well. Anyway, so Kwesi, let's move on to the next time because this one's going to be interesting.
So,
we gotta show this to you, so we can't let the viewers not see this because it's so important to visualize this.
Let me open 9 to 5 Google on my page here for you. It's one of these. Here we go. Zoom in, right? Yes.
There we go.
All right, so this is the first leak of the Pixel 11 Pro Fold. And it has a very, very, very similar design to its predecessor. The camera is slightly off-center with protruding lenses. And the device is marginally thinner than the than its predecessor, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. That is a mouthful. Like I'm not. If I ever buy one like that, if Apple releases the iPhone 17 Pro Max Fold, they're just getting it called the iPhone Fold, right? So we're just gonna call this the Pixel Fold at 10.1 millimeters, and when it's unfolded, it's only 4.8 millimeters. But
And in case you were not, just this is a very important part of this. In case you did not know, this image comes from OnLeaks.
in case you can't see the huge watermark.
He's just they're so they just love to do that. Just put their like right over top the extra image, so people
I
can't
mean,
see
good
it's
for them.
theirs.
You know,
It's okay though.
they are giving us this information, and we don't have to go hunt it down ourselves. So good for them.
It's true. Yeah, very similar. My guess is they're going to have different specs. Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a bigger shift, Quasi, in the market of folds. And my question is, and this is for the audience as well, does a foldable phone complete the package for you in the sense of not needing to have a phone and a tablet or iPad? And I don't classify an iPad as a tablet, it really is. It's a whole other device. Do you see, Quasi, this happening with most people, or do you just not know?
I hate the idea that you can have one device that solves the problem of two, right? Now, in some cases, this is fine, right? An air fryer is way better than the microwave, right? What else? Having a car is better than having a bike because you can also use your car as a mobile home if that's what you're into or if that's what you need to do, right? Having a two-in-one washing machine. Actually, I'm lying. I've heard two-in-one washing machines suck, right?
A lot
And
of
that's because
issues.
they're trying to do the job of two things at once. That's why I don't like touchscreen computers. Second, I just want to backtrack a little bit. If someone tells you their computer is not a touchscreen and you continue to touch it 3 times after that, please jump off a bridge. Back to what I was saying. I don't even remember what I was saying. I was just so upset. But yeah, I don't think that things that try to do two jobs at once are particularly great at either. So when you ask me, is a foldable phone doing the job of both a tablet and a phone? Yeah, it's doing a great job of being a phone. Let's be honest with ourselves. Foldable phones are great phones, right? But what they're not great at is the tablet part, right? They got a little square display. I don't want a square display on my tablet. I want a rectangular display. And so there's a lot of issues. The screen isn't as big that as that of a tablet, right? There's a lot of issues with it.
So are you more saying that the display orientation size and even maybe the foldable aspect of it is not what you like per se, more so
Correct.
than the
That's not
actual
what I would get
specs?
as a tablet, right?
Okay.
Those are not the specs
So
of a tablet.
so let's just say, just in theory, and this is not the case because we know the leagues.
Right.
Let's say the iPhone Fold has an M series chip in it, and it has the rectangular display that you seek and design and want in a device, and also has like the specs of an iPad, a newer generation iPad, but it's a phone plus a tablet per se. Does that change your perspective?
Well, how would it be that big of a like? Eventually, a phone gets too big to where it's unwieldy, right? So, how are you going to find a balance between the phone being entirely too big and the tablet portion of it being entirely too small? And I think that's where the issue arises. That's why I think trifolds are doing a good job at, but then trifolds are really thick. I don't want a really thick phone, right? If I wanted a really thick phone, I'd carry around a brick with me. That's not what I want. So, I think it's hard for like they're phones, right? They're not meant to be tablets. And vice versa. Tablets are not meant to be phones. I don't carry around my iPad mini like a phone. Even though technically if you have the cellular model, that's completely doable.
Well, here's why I say this. I just think, and I'm not saying it's hard to bring both, because like an iPad Mini or an iPad Pro or Air, they're not ungodly hard to bring anywhere, right? It's not that at all. I think it's more so this. If I'm going to a meeting in some office building, right, and I just want to bring a one device, right, and does what I want to do for the meeting notes or whatever, or I'm presenting whatever you want to say. Maybe a foldable device. If I'm bringing one, right, I'm bringing a phone, a tablet, or a computer. I want to bring one device. Maybe a foldable display is what you want for just that ultra portable feel. I can put in my back pocket or my coat jacket, whatever, right? So I think what people are trying to do is maybe reduce the amount of devices they're bringing with them, right? And I'm not saying this is the exact reason. It's just an idea of why they're doing this, because there's a reason why the foldable devices are getting very popular. I mean, now we're seeing every manufacturer doing one, right? And I do believe that in the Samsung realm, the foldable devices are the most selling devices they have at a long shot.
I think it'd
I
be
think
the
so.
Galaxy Ultra. Continue talking. I'm just gonna find
We
it.
we will talk about that coming up very shortly here. They have a major issue that people are returning them, and we'll talk about that. But that's what I've seen for reports, and that could be incorrect information. But people were saying that the foldable devices are ones that people want the most. They're more expensive, yes. But here's the thing, Quasi. If I'm going to spend the money to have a very high-end device with a great camera, the whole works, right? And, I don't want to get an iPad plus a phone, which, in comparison, is going to cost you more money than buying just one device. Maybe that's where I go, right? Because if you get an iPad Pro right now, let's say you get a terabyte iPad Pro, you also get a terabyte iPhone Pro Max. You're going to spend more money than buying a single iPhone Fold, which we now know is about $2,500 base. I mean, that's probably the reason for it. If you're on a budget and you don't want to spend an awful amount of money, this is the way you go. And I'm not saying you don't want an iPad or you don't want just a phone, but maybe this is the reason why people are doing this, is because of this very thing. This is just my take on it. I'm not saying I want to replace both of them with one device, but that is probably a big reason for it, in my opinion. But for those who buy a foldable phone, let us know in the comments why you do that specific choice over getting two different options. I'm very curious about this. So like Quasi, let's say you had $5,000 as a budget with Apple. Yeah, you got $5,000 Apple gift card, right? And this year's iPhone's release, you have whatever you want to buy, right? And this includes a MacBook and the iPad, the whole works. What do you buy? What's the three devices you're buying? You have to, you can choose three devices at max.
Okay, so first and foremost, I'm getting the 1 terabyte iPhone 18 Pro Max. I know I said I was only going to get the Pro.
Whoa!
Have the money.
Whoa!
Splurge on the Pro Max.
A Max.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
the
fan
very
of the
device you said you do not like.
Explain?
Please do.
I realize I love the battery life. I just hate how big the phone is. In the grand scheme of things, the battery life is important enough to me to where I'm willing to make that trade-off, right?
I think I did tell you would choose to get the Max than this one you do get.
If
that was
they
correct.
can somehow extend the battery life of the Pro, then by all means,
it's hard to do that.
I'm taking the Pro, right? I think the Pro Max is entirely too big, but the reason I'm okay with it is because of that extra battery life. Now, I'm going to get in the burgundy color or the magenta-ish color, right? I think that's the red color that the deep red that we saw. Oh my goodness, it's just so beautiful. So that's the
looks
color.
Like dry blood. That's all it is, dry blood.
If that's how you want to see it. I think it looks like the color of the Nintendo DSi XL that I used to have. So that's why it's a really nostalgic color for me. But If they're out of stock of that, I'll get the lavender. And if they're out of stock of lavender, which I think will be the most popular color this year, if they're out of lavender, I think I'm gonna get the coffee one. However, not however. Moving forward, the next item I would get would be definitely not that I need a new Mac. Maybe I shouldn't get a new Mac. I get a new pair of AirPods. I get the AirPod threes, the Pro threes, not because they're better than the ones I currently have. Actually, in most aspects, they're worse than the ones I currently have. They only have
Okay.
better noise cancellation and the new heartbeat sensor. They have much worse battery life, and the fit's kind of new. But I think that's what I would
Okay.
do. I would get the new AirPod Pro threes because I don't anticipate them getting new ones unless they drop new AirPod Maxes, right? And Apple, let me just talk to you
They're
real quick.
not.
A quick tip for you: if you were to surprise everybody and drop new AirPod Maxes, right? Don't just change the colors. Right? That is what's preventing me from getting AirPod Maxes right now. The fact that they still have an H1 chip. My friend sent me the video uh, of me saying how it's a great time to buy the AirPod Maxes. I'd like to retract that statement. I think it's a horrible time to buy the AirPod Maxes, right? Because we all know that in 1 or 2 years we're going to see new AirPod Maxes, or at least we better see new AirPod Maxes. And here's the thing: if these AirPod Maxes launch without the H2 chip or higher, did you know that the H2 chip came out with the AirPods Pro 2? Did you know that? Did you know
A
that
long
the
time
AirPods
ago.
2s released before they re-released the AirPod Maxes? Did you know that?
Yeah, there's
So
no reason for that.
this is
They need to get up their game.
I just,
Yeah.
well, the noise cancellation is better, and I just feel like if I'm buying the most expensive AirPods that you sell, it should have the most premium chip. And that's what's preventing me. Actually, I've been looking at the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras
Don't
and
do
the
it.
sorry, no, it's Sony. No, yeah, Sony XM4s and the Quiet Comfort Ultras. And I'm honestly about to pull
Sony's
the
really
trigger on
good.
one.
But yeah.
Dude, I
It's as
really want
if
XM4s. Like, I think I want them
it's
more
as
than I
if
want
Steve
AirPods.
Jobs is in charge of AirPods Maxes because when they reach out to him for upgrades, he's not responding well because he can't respond, and that's why they're not getting done.
Yeah, Adam, that's not okay.
That's why else are they doing nothing? Like
I
seriously, a
couldn't say.
USB-C port changed in colors. That's embarrassing, you know? Like
I
even
know,
for
it's
Apple.
really embarrassing.
Like you come out with a sock for a phone.
Yeah,
Come
that
out
was.
with,
Don't get
you
me
know,
started.
things like this where any effort that you put into that could have been put towards a new AirPods Max, which I have right now, the first generation, and they're really nice. But they can improve, is what I'm trying to say. And that's I just want them to do something a little better. And I know that might sound like a really bad analogy that Steve Jobs is in charge of him, but like, why else are they not doing anything to him, Quasi? That's just,
I
it's
couldn't
so
tell
bad.
you.
I'm not sure who's in charge of this at Apple, but the Maxes are really nice. And I just want them to do a little better in that department. And they can. And they probably will in the future. I hope they're not discontinued.
Yeah, that kind of
That
sucked,
would be
wouldn't it?
awful. They do something like that. Because they're really nice devices. I see people on campus still use them, right? I mean, they're great. Okay, any case, the Pixel 11 leaks look identical, as Quakey said.
Pretty
And
much,
I
yeah.
just want to see what else they
Marginally
have to
thinner.
improve with it.
Marginally thinner.
It's
Just
pretty
marginally.
thin. The camera bump looks as if that is the same thickness as the rest of the phone. So good job. Once again, no one's asking for their phones. That's not necessary at all. I get in a fold though. Might be necessary, but not for the rest of it. So we will see how they progress and what they do. And you know, I will say people are saying that the last fold from Pixel wasn't a bad device. So it might be comparable to see this new one when it comes out. We'll see how it turns out. Alrighty.
So here, it's just I realized my camera was a little bit higher than it needed to be, so I'm just rectifying that situation.
That's completely fine. Speaking of the new MacBooks, this little story made me just like almost jump out of my seat, Quasi.
Really?
I had to bring it up. The M5 MacBook Air SSD speeds beats the M4 Pro models.
It's just
Which
a
I know is an
horrible.
older device, but it's up by 220, almost 230% faster. What is going on? What is going on, Kwesi? Which I have to assume is also in the Pro models, the Pro Max and the Pros of the
Yeah.
new M5. But that is astonishingly faster. Now, here's the thing, Kwesi. I'm sure you or anybody else that existed never said my MacBook is so slow. I just can't. I
I promise
cannot
you they said
do
that
tasks.
before, just not in the last 5 years. Or I guess not if they have a MacBook made in the last 5 years. Because
I will
I,
say my MacBook 2015. Okay, that probably has like the oldest generation SSD that existed. Is still fast as can be. So to see that M4 is slow, who at Apple is like, guys, I am so sick of the slowness of this MacBook M4. We gotta do better, okay? And not just better, 230% better. I don't know. I'm not saying this is unnecessary. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying this is a huge improvement that I was not expecting at all in an Air model, by the way. So the M5 Pro Max is even probably faster, or if not as fast. That's insane. So they did benchmarks with this, and it's crazy how much faster it is. So, like, okay, just so you know, Quase is going to pull up this little page.
try my hardest.
So there is like a little bit of specs here. So we're looking at, hold up here. Yeah, the M4, where's it? M4 MacBook Pro is basically 35 gigabits is basically what it is for speed for a test of 5 gigabyte file write. And the Air is literally 6,473.4 megabits. That is a massive upgrade in what they're doing. I just gotta say, this is impressive, and I didn't think they were going to do this, and they didn't really need to do this. Gigabit speed transfer is like super fast, but now you go up to almost 7. That's insane.
It's true.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I just want to bring this up because I don't think people realize this at all. And this is just something that just made me just like, I cannot believe this is a drastic. Usually we see like what, 20% to like 40% faster. This is 229% faster. And I just cannot believe this in my head at all. But they made it happen. Good job, Apple.
Now, I will say this does make me just a tiny bit jealous, but I'm not upset. I'm gonna
Not
pretend
that
like
yours is slow. You have what? Which M series do you have again?
I have the M3 Pro. Right? It's
M3
only 2
Pro?
years old, and
Yeah,
the
it's
speeds
not
that I'm
bad.
seeing, it might be time to turn this baby in and give me a new one. I'm joking, of course. My MacBook, I love you. Please don't stop working on me because that'd be the worst day of my life.
Well, it's okay. It's going strong.
Yeah. So, last time we reported on the Samsung Galaxy's new privacy screen, right? And I gave Samsung their props. I told them it was one of, if not the coolest feature I've seen on a phone in recent years. But unfortunately, we have some buyers returning the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra due to some issues with that same feature, which makes the screen difficult to view when it's being shared. The feature obviously was designed to keep the screen private, but it can also be a little bit frustrating for those who are technologically illiterate when they're trying to share their screen with others, right? They went and they turned on this feature and they forgot how to turn it off. And now they're returning their phone because they're having issues with it, right? But there's this Reddit thread that even the smallest tilt in it made the screen uncomfortable to view or hard to view. Now, to everybody who has the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, let me tell you something. If you just go into your settings and you toggle it off, you won't have this issue. I promise you, right? The thing is, that's like putting on a screen protector on your phone, right? And you got one of the privacy screen protectors that diminish the quality of your phone for whatever reason, right? Maybe you don't like people seeing your phone, right? So you wouldn't got the privacy screen protector, but then you realize you're watching YouTube shorts, or you're watching Instagram, or you're watching TikTok, and the guy sitting next to you is your best friend. You're like, oh my goodness, I want to show my best friend this. I'm going to look at it like this. He's going to barely be able to see because I'm holding my hand at a weird angle. I'm not going to be able to see that I'm holding my hand at a weird angle. Nobody's viewing the phone. Really, whose fault is that? It's yours. Right? So if you're returning it simply because the privacy display is doing what it's supposed to do and working really well, shame on you. Shame. I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't shame
Yes.
you, but I just feel like it doesn't take a rocket scientist to turn it off. Unless it does. I personally haven't had to navigate any UIs, so
Well,
you're
to
wrong.
clarify, Quasi, that is the case for some people, but there are people that even if they turn it off, it's still unbearable.
Mm.
So there's certain ones that were shipped that are obviously have a defect in the screen, where that UI change and that off mode does not really turn off like it should. It's noticeable difference when it's off, but it's still having issues when you do a side viewing angle of the device. So that's what they're talking about as well. So like you said, some are saying, well, I have it on and I can't see. Well, it's what it's designed to do. But some are saying, they turn it off, it's still doing it. So there's some models that are having issues. Samsung's not known to have like any R&D department. They're like, guys, go on vacation for a year and we'll see you when you come back. And the issue was they rushed to get something out now, something new and great, and all this other stuff, right? I wish they would spend a little more time, just a little bit more time, doing some testing, because this should have been caught way before it shipped. Not like by people that have it and they bought it and all this other great stuff, right? So it's like a twofold. Some people just need to turn it off and that's what they gotta do to fix it. But some are like, man, you just can't even see it if it's off or not. So it's like permanently on, they can't turn it off, and that makes sense to return it. So once again, they should just do a little better job of making this work like it should for most people. That's all you gotta say. Am I saying this device sucks? No, I'm just letting people know that have it. Check that, because if it's having issues, make sure you return within your window that you can to get a replacement or a different phone completely. So, okay, that sucks for them. I wish that didn't happen
Yeah,
to
it's really
people, but
unfortunate.
yeah. Speaking of unfortunate, Quasi, so I mentioned before that Battlefield 6 is awesome, and Quasi does not like
You said
PvP mode
awesome.
in it.
I
It's
just
great.
Awesome is a bit of an overstatement for this game.
Here's what
That's
I'll say.
mid at
Here's what I'll
best.
say.
Okay, sorry,
It's
I'm
not. It's
getting
not
upset.
mid.
Please
Here's
continue.
what I,
I'm getting
here's what I'll
upset.
say, Quasi. For as much as you hate it in PvP, play the campaign, and you'll not hate it at all. That's all I gotta say. Please do that. So anyway, Battlefield 6 hits layoffs despite the biggest launch in franchise history. In the whole entire launch of Battlefield, this game, did so well. Why? Why does EA have to do this? That's the question that I had for EA.
You know,
But
EA is all about their bottom line.
they made their money back and then some. That's what they call it, the biggest
It's not
launch in
enough.
history.
It's not
Yeah,
enough. They need
I
more.
just EA is a corporation.
That's what it is.
Outside of doing one fantastic thing, just a side note, EA is working on right now their anti-cheat system, so it'll work on Linux. That is the best thing I've heard from EA since they started as a company. And I'll say this much: when they do that and their games now work on Steam Deck and Linux, huge win for them. But this part sucks a whole lot because a lot of people are getting laid off at EA in the division for making Battlefield, and I don't like that at all. Makes me so mad. That's happening with EA right now, and they really shouldn't do that stuff. It's unspecified number of layoffs too, just so you guys know. But that
Yeah, it could be anywhere
is
from 10 I accidentally just muted myself. But I was saying it could be
It's
anywhere from 10 to like 400. So this is not not the greatest for those people. We wish you guys the best. I know losing your job is not
it would
easy.
be so funny if these developers went to like Activision to make Call of Duty games, so like the direct competitor. That'd be very funny to me.
That would suck
Um,
for actually EA. Please do that.
yeah. Call of
Shouldn't
Duty needs to go back to a better time for Call. Like, what happened to the campaign at Call? It's like you had to take mushrooms to even make sense of it. It's ridiculous. It is so weird now. Like I saw a comparison video where it's like you get out of a chopper in Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2. It's like a war story that makes sense, and now it's like you spawn a knife that's 6 times larger than people are, and it's like it spins and kills. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you? It's like people take a little bit too much drugs at Activision and make a game. Like, it's just weird. It's just a weird cosmetic overload game. It's like, I don't know why it's so specifically tied to that sector of what they're doing with the game. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how about the gameplay? How about the PvP that people love it with Call of Duty? I mean, they don't love it anymore like they used to, but I don't know. It's gone to a weird little area of just bleh. That's all I can say. I don't know how to describe it. It's just
I just want to say
way
I
different.
prefer Call of Duty way more than Battlefield. I'm actually good at Call of Duty, so well, I wouldn't say good. I'm decent. I won't be the worst player on your team unless I'm playing with a bunch of sweats. But I'll say this: the other day I was playing Battlefield 6.
Okay.
Somebody came up behind me with a sledgehammer and hit me, and I realized that's really how this game is. Right? I hate this game.
Wow.
A
Doesn't that
sledgehammer.
like kill you in one
And
hit kind
hold
of
on, let me
thing?
tell you something. Right? I'll shoot 18. I'll unload my entire magazine. I'm holding an LMG. I'm holding an M240. Right? That's a huge gun that has the chain rounds.
Yeah.
I will unload my entire magazine at somebody's forehead, and they will survive. But the second I come around a corner, I'm dead. I hate this game.
Let's
Words
just be
don't have to
clear though.
express how much I hate this game.
Most of the time, if you get hit with a sledgehammer in the head of any sort,
I mean,
kind of
in real
doesn't
life
end
you
well for
die
you.
too, but like, gosh,
But also, a minigun, practically gun, getting hit really anywhere with the entire
I just feel like
magazine or
one
clip
bullet.
or whatever should also do a whole bunch of like you can mow the grass with that thing, and yeah. I realize what you're saying, Quasi, and I have not played PvP of Battlefield, so I can't
Yeah,
really.
no. If you like the
But
game,
people have typically in Battlefield enjoyed the more realistic. Besides that part like you can shoot a building and it falls apart, right? There's more of like a bigger
yeah, I think
gap
that's
and
pretty
like
cool.
the whole, you know, I could snipe and the sniping aspect is pretty accurate. Like they do pretty good at that stuff. Call of Duty, as I
I'm not saying
said,
everything
is
they're doing
going
is
to a
bad.
weird
The game's
shift.
pretty good. It's just
Yeah.
the game's also pretty bad, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm contradicting myself, but there's great aspects of the game, and then there's aspects of the game that just make me want to off myself in real life.
Have you tried the campaign yet?
I have not. I'm currently downloading it. Like you said it, and then I opened the app, and it's now
Yeah.
downloading.
You gotta do that campaign. It is really good. Like, yeah, very, very good campaign. So, okay. I specifically line this up so you take this next one because I thought this is the funniest thing ever for people that have a PlayStation.
While talking about PlayStation, right? Turns out I haven't noticed this, but in the last 30 days,
Oh, you might.
in the last 30 days, Box, much like I don't know if you guys have seen this with like Uber or Lyft, where they do like surge pricing or like dynamic pricing. I heard McDonald's was testing this out at one point. That got on my nerves a little bit. Not that I ever
Wendy's did that
noticed,
too.
but dynamic pricing. Not a fan of it, but apparently Sony's been testing it out on the PlayStation Store and adjusting games are based on the user's location and their activity. Now, this practice is currently affecting 139 games in 68 different countries. And honestly, we're seeing a lot of fans that are angry, who feel it's unfair and it lacks transparency. Words are hard. Transparency, right? It's not illegal per se. I would say the legal debate is still up in the air, but people are saying some crazy things. Quote, shame on Sony. I'll be buying even less games or even less digital games than I already do, right? Another user said, quote, this is absolutely ridiculous and extremely scummy. And Quasi will say, quote, Sony, how could you betray me like this? I've been a loyal fan ever since I switched over, and I was literally about to buy your headphones and just start integrating myself into your ecosystem. But after seeing something like this, I don't know if I can trust you. Direct quote.
So
So this makes me a little bit sad. Go ahead, you were
I
gonna
just had
say
a question.
yeah.
How do they even begin to do this and like target specific people for a price increase? How does that even happen?
It's very
That's the
simple.
first question. Well, how's it
First, you
very
have to
simple?
hate your users, right? That's where it all starts. First, you have to hate your users, or maybe not hate your users, but have such a strong following that no matter what you do, your users are not going to revolt, right? Once they don't revolt, it's all sweet from there, right? They can't change anything because they're not willing to
But
change anything.
if I'm Sony, how do I say, okay, guys, I got the person of the week or whatever we're gonna do? Quasi's next. He might buy the new Madden or whatever it's gonna come out. I'm gonna make that a little more expensive for him, but still shows that there's a sale. How do they even pick who they're gonna do this with, and then how do they know that you're gonna be buying this? Like there's data collection here of some sort that I'm not
Yeah,
really
I would
understanding.
assume it's like based on
And
the games you play, right? And then
okay,
also
but
if you're
like
like a richer area, like if you live in Hollywood or Beverly Hills, I'm assuming that they'll see your location and be like, oh,
it's gotta
an
be
extra
it.
$5 wouldn't hurt him slash her.
This
And I think it's a
is
scummy practice, but
you only have to think it is for sure. Now, man, I mean, like, why? Why would you even consider this? This seems. I would just my response to this, if I was a PlayStation person, I would just put as a wish list item and wait for it to go on sale until it's the price it should be.
this is true. I would agree with
That's how I would
that.
combat this. That's really what you can do at this point. Just don't buy something when it first comes out or when it's full price. Like I don't get. This is so weird. I'm not trying to just complete this Sony here, but I'm saying this practice, this market value adjustment in real time thing needs to stop. Wendy's did that for like a day, and people were just absolutely about to burn down some stores. They were so mad. That's how mad they were. It was,
Wait,
which they should be. Maybe not that mad. I'm
it
just saying
definitely
that it was a
it's
terrible
completely
thing.
validated.
Yeah, like at
Like
lunchtime
prices
now,
for
it
food?
costs $4
Yeah.
more for a
Come
sandwich.
on,
Come
bro.
on, enough of
Come on,
that.
bro.
So,
You'd never catch me eating there.
well, no, like first of all, like in this area, by campus, you can't go to the Wendy's and expect you to be through that line in like 5-10 minutes. You can watch most likely the first two avatars before you get through the line. It's so awful. Like that alone. Like
Like I've never gone to Wendy's during the day. I will say I really
yeah,
like the barbecue sauce.
oh, it's pretty good. But
Ooh,
I don't know.
actually,
Just
while we're on the topic of Wendy's, came out to California, right? First time I ever got any other fast food than In-N-Out in California. Right? In-N-Out's the only fast food I've had so far. I got Wendy's. I don't know why my camera's zooming so far in. I got Wendy's, right? And I was looking for my $5 biggie bag. It's
what they
non-existent
call
in
it.
California. There's no $5 biggie bag in California. It's $8, right? Okay, for eight
That's
dollars,
not terrible.
I better be getting a decent meal, right? The chicken nuggets were good. I got a chicken sandwich. We'll come back to that. The drink, the Coke Zero, it had a bit of a funny taste to it. It wasn't Coke Zero, Coke Zero. Maybe the
Probably the
machine.
ice machine.
Yeah. Their fries were good, but I opened my sandwich. This was the smallest bun I have ever seen on a sandwich I've received from a fast food restaurant. Not
Was it
just
like a
that,
slice of
patty
a half dollar?
dude. It was like, what am I paying the extra money for to get a smaller burger, or not a burger, but a smaller chicken sandwich? Mind you, this is the smallest Wendy's chicken sandwich I've ever seen. So I almost thought about calling up the CEO because I know he's out here trying his fast food. I saw him eat the burger not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we never cut corners. I was like, yeah, it looks like you're cutting corners on my stuff right now, right? I had maybe 75% of what I would have had on a normal sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm very
So this
upset.
is America,
I'm saying,
where
I
people
thought
like a little bit larger quantity food.
I was appalled. I was just happy that I didn't go out and get like a bigger meal.
They
I'm
want you to
so
get more and spend more money.
I
Fun
know.
fact: if I get my own drink and they just give me the cup, I never ever get the ice. Two reasons. If this doesn't gross you out, it should. Did you know that like most ice machines and most fast food like get cleaned like once maybe a week?
Yeah, no, that's
Kind
not
of not
very
good at all. No, the bacteria levels are high, and here's also the reason why I don't do it. Every time, and it's every single time,
good.
the
Every
pop
time.
that you get or tea or whatever comes out cold.
I know that. Yeah. 99 times out of 10, you were not getting a warm drink out of there. So it's like, what?
It's like you getting a cup at your house, right? And you're putting ice in your cup, and you grab some pop from the cold fridge and pour it into the cup. Is it
I mean,
because you
sure,
want
it'll
it to
be
be cold
colder
longer?
longer.
But
Yeah, that's the only reason I
I
can imagine.
just drink my drink fast enough before it gets not cold.
This is true.
I don't
I'm
know.
right there
Maybe
with
it's
you.
just something weird that I do. But like, if I go like to Dunkin', they kind of put it there for you. And like their iced coffee, it's only iced coffee because they add ice to it. It's not coming out cold. So like that's the only exception for me.
Yeah, I
But
get
other than
that.
that, it's just something that And plus, here's the biggest reason. I guess there's three. More drink. You don't have any ice. You have more of the actual drink instead of ice takes up a whole bunch of room in the cup. Let's just put it that way. So I want more drink and less ice.
Mm.
That's just my thing because they kind of scam you with that. That's not anything people don't realize. Also, something to note: look at your Starbucks cup you get next, the actual hot cup. Down here, the gap you could hide like a towel from beach towel underneath there. It's so large.
Really?
You never seen that? Get a Starbucks cup of any sort, and that gap underneath it, like you think by you setting your cup down that your drink goes all the way down to the very bottom of the cup. It doesn't. There's a gap underneath there that you could hide a beach towel. It's so large. And that's
True.
something they should be caught like that. That's like false advertising almost. Like you think you're getting the whole thing, you're not. Shame on you, Starbucks.
Shame. We're shaming a
I'm
lot of
like
people today.
seriously, you could put your finger like if you're playing hide and go seek with your finger, just hide it up there. You'll never find it. It's that much of a gap. It's seriously. It's I don't know
Why is
why.
my camera zooming in so much? I don't know what's going on here. Like,
It's gotta be your location. I don't know. In any
but yeah,
case, though, I agree with Quasi. This is people are using words we shouldn't be using in the podcast. They are not satisfied, and they shouldn't be. This dynamic pricing should never be a thing. It should be this is the price now for the entire population of people that use Sony products, and it shouldn't be different because Quasi's in Beverly Hills. Like, here's the thing that's gonna suck. What if Quasi wants to buy a game, right? He brought his PSI with him to California because he might be in a richer neighborhood than he was here. Now it's more money. Wrong, I call that. What if you're visiting Disney World, right? You're there on vacation. Now the price goes up because of that very reason.
well, if you're at Disney
Horrible.
World, you're not focused on the PlayStation. You're focused on Disney World.
No,
But
I'm
again,
saying though,
Disney
like
World's not open all
the
day.
location of that for when you're back home and it's late at night is closer to a richer area. Now it's more money. I don't like that.
That's messed up.
Yeah. So I think 0% of people, sorry, I think 100 million% of people think that this is a terrible idea. Not one person wants it. I have to imagine, Quasi, that this dynamic pricing structure does not apply to Sony employees or executives. Just maybe I'm
I mean,
wrong.
like they're probably paying full price anyway, or I would assume the executives don't pay for anything.
Full price, they're getting
And
it for free.
can,
That
can I
money.
just on that topic? Why do people give influencers things for free when they see them in public? Like it's like
What do you mean?
celebrities already make millions of dollars, right? And the other day I was watching a video on YouTube Shorts and I saw Kim Kardashian getting her meal paid for. For what? She could pay for her meal herself, right?
There's one reason, Quasi, because
Don't
she
tell me
has what they
about no
call
brand exposure.
followers.
I don't
It's
care.
exactly what it is. It's
They're not
exactly
going
what
to
it
give the
is.
followers free food. Rich
No,
people don't
but
do
here's
gifts.
what's happening, Quasi. You know what? They don't even have to say the brand name. All they gotta do is this. What if Kim Kardashian or somebody like her or an influencer is just talking about their new drapes and they take a bite of that Whopper and say nothing? Now, you might be more hungry for Whopper than you ever were, right? It's not
Have you
because
seen the new
you
Whoppers?
like that she is eating a Whopper, but it's just the like, don't forget about Burger King or whatever it is, right? It's like, that's why ads exist. Like, there should be never an ad for milk, but there is, because you don't forget about milk. It's still there, but you just get that reminder. That's really all it is. That's if, of course, you actually watch ads, because I try my best to
Yeah,
just never watch an ad
I have
ever.
YouTube Premium and a bunch of streaming services that just I pay for no ads. Like
Yeah, I don't like them.
I was telling somebody the other
Except for
day.
this podcast. I watch him there, because,
Oh, I mean, it's
money.
only like 30 seconds. I listen to them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Um, what was I about to say? Oh, yes, Hulu. Don't purchase Hulu with ads. I don't care how broke you think you are. Do you know how many ads play during Hulu with ads? Oh my god,
1,700,000 million. It's just
oh
so
my
a
god, I'm
lot.
so upset.
It's so much.
I'm trying to watch a show with my sister over here, and they got Hulu with ads. Turn it off. Turn it off.
If the service is free, there can be ads. That
Like
makes
YouTube.
sense. PBS Kids, right? That's a service that's 100% free. They have a paid version too. But if there is a price with your streaming service, your ad should be there, period. If I was president, that's one of the very first things I would mandate. You can never have an ad in anything if you pay for it. That includes television, like you're paying for TV packages with your ISP, whatever. If did you know? Fun little fact back in history. Television used to be free with ads, and then cable companies said we want more money because we are greedy, and they just changed that whole perspective. They said this won't be a long-term thing. Yeah, look at that. If you are going to charge, there should be zero ads. Period. No more discussion with that, I guess, right? So see who have it or Netflix and all that. That's heresy. That's awful. Ads should pay for it. If it doesn't, then make your ad prices go up and then go from there. Don't increase the service prices, because guess what? If I pay for it as ads, gone. Never using it again, ever. That's awful. Speaking of awful things, Quasi, about the next topic.
Yeah, Tesla. Do you want me to take it or?
No, it's you. Yeah, this is you.
Yeah. So it looks like Tesla's getting rid of autopilot for all the cars in the U.S. Now, do I have a Tesla? No. Does this affect me in any way? No.
But others, it does.
Now you can get it's now optional, the full self-driving feature set. And, it's not like a one-time purchase. Adam, guess
It's
how
a
much
monthly.
it costs? Monthly. Guess how much it costs a month?
I'm guessing more than $1.
You said $1?
No, I'm guessing more than $1.
Yeah, it's 99. Did you know that if I took my YouTube Premium subscription, my Spotify Premium subscription, my Prime subscription, what else subscriptions do I have? My gym membership, if I put all those together, it still wouldn't be $99 a month. Is self-driving that important to you? So where
Well,
you need oh I lied. You can do it for $8,000 as a one-time purchase until February 14th if you have $8,000 lying around. I'm assuming that the vast majority of people don't have $8,000 just lying around. Right? Yes, it's in the savings account, but it's supposed to stay saved. Why does my camera keep like it's getting to me, Adam? It keeps zooming in and zooming out. I'm not liking it. But
so here's
yeah,
the thing. Why would you purchase? Okay, I mean, I'm just not understanding this. It looks like from the picture in the article, there's a one-time purchase of $8,000, okay, or a monthly fee of $100 until they stop it. But is
yeah,
that because? So if you buy it now, do you get to keep it? You know, they're not going to have it anymore, or what?
entirely sure. But what I do
So
know
they're
is
just
that
going to
Elon
stop
Musk
it.
said that the price will go up as more features come. So like you can be asleep on your phone or on your phone, and it'll be unsupervised full self-driving, and that's when prices will go up as well. So I think if you don't jump on that $8,000 purchase right now until February 26th, you might be cooked.
Wait, maybe I'm just not understanding this. Are they stopping the autopilot function, or are they just
Yes,
stopping that it includes it with the purchase?
it might be just that it's including with it.
Okay, I read this whole thing wrong. It sounded to me that they were going to not only stop it include with the car purchase, but it was just going away. Like it wasn't going to be a thing. So I thought in my head, if they're gonna stop it completely, why would you even consider spending $8,000 and just pay $100 monthly until they stop it? So I guess I misunderstood this entire
Yeah,
article.
it's just on the newer models from what I'm understanding.
Okay, so they are going to have it. It's just not going to be included with the cars. It's going to be a eight
Yeah,
thousand
so
dollar
when you're
fee, or you pay
buying the new
$100 a
car,
month.
you're gonna have to choose that
Okay,
upgrade or forever
so
hold.
so so I guess it still sucks people that thought they were going to just get this,
Yeah,
but they
if
still
that's the only
can.
thing buying a Tesla, give it up. Get like pack it up.
You know, I I still at some point would like to get one, but at the same time, there's more options now that you can choose from that might
This
have
is
better
true.
features. I
Like
think the
Rivian,
one thing I wish Teslas had more than anything else is CarPlay.
what
They just don't.
CarPlay? Yeah,
They have a great alternative to it, but like I really want just integrated CarPlay so badly, and they just won't do that. Now, there's rumors that they're working on that with Apple, but not yet. Not yet. So, okay, for those who have a Tesla, let us know if this makes you upset, angry, or happy. I don't know how it make you happy, but you know it can. Because maybe you
maybe.
just pay the one time fee and be done with it, but at the same time, it should just include with it. They just should just do that. Because it's not that cheap for a Tesla, really, at all. So, okay, well, I still bring it up because I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. So, you know, it kind of sucks a little bit for those who have it. Alrighty, to the next topic. So, this has been a big discussion within the gaming community for a long time now, and I just wanted to give an update for this. So, Valve announced end of last year, I believe, the Steam Machine, the new VR headset, and the controller they're going to have. And here's the thing: people they just expect this to be a thing they could just release this year and be good with it. But you know, here's the issue with the current RAM shortages and SSD increases and all this other stuff. They're not really 100% sure if that's going to happen. And according to their blog post, Quasi,
Mm.
there's even questions about what's the price going to be because they haven't announced that yet, right? They just haven't. So like they're saying what's going on, and they had to update their whole article on their blog post, but essentially saying they are trying their best to come out with these devices by November 12th. Trying hard, but they're not 100% sure they can even do that anymore, Quasi, because they can't secure the orders for this hardware that they need to have, the RAM and then the storage to make this all work. So we have no pricing yet, and that's safe that they're doing it because of this. How can you even say what the price is going to be now? Because they say it's going to be $1,000, and maybe by the time they can actually order something, it's going to be $1,500 now. We don't even know yet, so that's going to be still up in the air. But for those who are wondering, we don't know at all what's going to be for all these devices. I think the controller could probably make that a price that they could release right now because that's not going to really use RAM or storage that much. I mean, the storage for firmware, but that's about it. All I gotta say is they're trying for November, but I suspect that's not going to happen. Not that Valve can't pull it off. It's more so they just can't get the parts they need to get for this. For those wanting to have the Steam Machine updated version or the VR headset or controller, we'll just have to wait and see what they do. Quasi, what are your thoughts?
I am not Steam's worst enemy. Right? Now, what I am the worst enemy of is these rising RAM prices. You'll see me all the time hating on AI slop online. If you ever go and see that Quasi and AJ has commented on a post, it's probably because I'm saying this is what you're wasting water for, or this is why RAM prices are so high. Right? I'm not a fan of rising RAM prices any more than the next person. And I hate that it's pushing back things like the Steam Machine, the new Steam Decks, and it's really affecting a lot of businesses. And
Yeah.
more than that, it's affecting a lot of consumers. But I guess the demand for AI videos. Oh, were we on the podcast when I was showing you the video that my grandmother thought was AI, or?
Like today we did, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if I showed it on the podcast, but my grandmother
No, not
thought
on the
a
podcast, no.
5-minute video of just straight AI was a real video. And maybe people are in the market for that right now. I'm not gonna AI.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look how far my camera's zooming in for no reason.
Yeah, it just
I don't
likes
know.
to zoom in, Quasi.
What is it doing? Okay.
I just gotta say this before we get too far.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that the last drop of the Steam Deck had a 0% price increase. When you know it did cost them more for the RAM and the actual storage. Like, they basically confirmed that under the water, that it did cost them more and they still took a loss. Now, we know that the actual reason is because they could sell this for like $1 if they really wanted to and not care because they know when you buy a Steam Deck, you're going to buy Steam games, maybe some accessories, and they make money off of that. Like, don't give them too much credit, but at the same time, it's very nice that they did that because everything else in the console sector got an increase, basically, right? That's what we're seeing right now. So that's one more good thing about that. And the fact that they're selling out like within an hour of them being released, that shows something, right? So, but they basically have said because of overseas price increase that's happened with the Steam Deck that we're going to see that for sure the next drop. And we don't know what the price is going to be quite yet because they don't even know themselves. But yeah, it's just affecting everything. But here's the hard thing: we brought this up before, Quasi. Is this price increase to the point where, or just shortages, to the point where you're gonna use AI less?
Me? I mean, I don't use AI that much right now as it is, right? And I'm definitely not using it for anything but the chatbots, right? I only use Gemini when it comes to AI right now. I know my app of the week is definitely going to be an AI app, but that's just because of the video that my grandmother sent me. I just wanted to show everybody that I could make that exact same video. But no, I'm not using AI in ways that, are taxing RAM. I use it maybe twice a week, and you guys should use it even less. That way we
Okay.
can have pressure in my shower won't be garbage. Now that it's
I gotta
affecting.
say though, it's hard for me. Here's why. Cause like I use it a lot more now for like a Google
Right.
search, right? And I have a friend that completely hates AI, and I get that. Like, here's an example. I had a client of mine that just wanted to kind of know how much storage you need to get for. They have a list of Blu-rays and DVDs because they want to make a local media server, right? And I know that you could simply count how many movies they have of Blu-ray and DVD and use the calculation that what it usually is for those items. But I want to be like more precise. So
Right.
I kind of asked Gemini how much storage is it going to take for this specific, list of movies and DVDs, because even though it's 25 gigs at most per single layer Blu-ray, there can be some fluctuations with that, right? So I want to kind of get an accurate number. So I did get that, and the question was posed to me, how do you know that's accurate? I'm like, well, Google has so much data, right? And maybe it's not 100% accurate, but I have to imagine it's more accurate than like going to like Bing.com or whatever, right? Just that calculation of that is nice to have it as a whole, because that gave me information I need to have in like less than 5 minutes. Otherwise, I'd have to go through myself, which is over 1,000 movies, by the way, and get that myself, which would take me way too long, right? And I could do it, but like just the time that it would take. So like a Google search or calculations like that is what I use it for more than anything else, because it's more accurate and it gives me what I want to know. Like, great example. Gets me so mad. I'm playing Pokemon Fire right now on my phone, right? They're on from the Game Boy
I'm
Advance
gonna get
era.
a stretch, but just ignore me.
Okay, so why is it that it's almost impossible to find a Game Shark code for Pokemon Fire Red for Game Boy Advance that works? It's almost impossible, even using AI. So like, that's something that I'm doing right now that I can't. It makes me so mad, but I'll find it eventually. So in any case, that's more I use it for, is like a Google search, so it gives me more accurate results. I want to say that. So anyway, it's hard for me because I like it for what it does, but also, man, it uses so much resources. It's killing up like the ability to build a computer right now or all this other stuff. It makes you so mad. It's just hard. It's a hard thing right now. Like, I don't want to see them fail, but I want them to be reduced, so we don't have to worry about this crap. That's all I'm saying. Or maybe, here's a hot take, make these AI companies pay for the usage, not the consumers outside of it. Why is that not regulated a little bit? Come on now. Simple solutions to simple problems.
This is true.
Okay,
All right.
let's
So,
have Quay start with his product of the week.
my product of the week is going to be a pair of headphones. Like, as you guys heard me say earlier today, it's not the time to buy AirPod Maxes. I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was a liar. I lied to you guys on live podcast. But today I'm coming to make it up to you. These are the Sony XM5s. Technically, they're the Sony wireless headphone 1000 XM5s, right? They're premium noise canceling headphones. Actually, they've often been reviewed as better noise cancellation than the AirPod Maxes. And also, they have this cool feature where if you want to hear somebody and you want to go to transparency mode for just a minute, you just kind of touch the air cup like this and hold it. Right? I was at Best Buy doing this all day. Honestly, I really want a pair of these. Right? Don't be too surprised if you see me with a pair of these in the very near future. But
Okay.
right now they're currently over $100 off. Right?
Good price off. Really
And I
is.
just think that this might be the move. Right? Especially if you have a plane ride especially if you have a plane ride coming up, right? The XM6s just came out, so that's why these are on sale. And I also think the XM6s are on sale. Hold on, let me from the brand. No? Similar. I think this is where it'll be. No? Okay, I'm just a liar. I don't know. The XM6s are also on sale for $150 off. Buy either of these two headphones because first and foremost, they're cheaper than the AirPod Maxes. They have better noise cancellation. And right now, these Sony wireless headphone 1000 XM6s are undoubtedly the best headphones on the market. Go watch any review. I'm telling you right now, these are the best headphones on the market. And this blue color looks pretty sexy too, so I just might have to do this. This is awesome. So that's my product of the week this week.
Yeah, they're rated very high. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. I like that. Mine is going to be, I don't know how to say this brand name at all, Quasi. I'm going to probably butcher it. Tin? Not Tin Power? So I've been seeing a lot of people on TikTok actually recently bring these up, and there's a lot of options for charging devices on the go, right? And I don't have this yet, but I'm working with this brand, trying to work with this brand to get some. We'll see if that works out. But it's a very portable power strip, not just a plug in the wall thing, but just a power strip that also has built-in 100-watt NAND charging for USB-C and USB-A. Besides that, you have a 3-prong and a 2-prong actual just port to plug in something else too. And it's very portable and it's very like tiny and compact, and it's airline approved as well, just so you guys know. And it's actually pretty nice. So like, here's the thing: you go to a hotel, you go to like a resort or whatever, right? And they never think to themselves, we should put the power like wall outlet up higher. It's always like under the floor. It feels like it's just so far down. So you plug in your cable or your device. Now your cable's not long enough, right? And you could say just get a longer cable. I shouldn't have to do that. I should have to have like a normal sized cable and just be happy. This solves that problem. And I like that. And it's also the angle plug, so you don't have to worry about plugging something in underneath it and you can't because it just doesn't fit. So they thought about that too. So I'll say it's 100 watt. It is kind of on the pricier side, but it's also premium. So it's $59, and there is currently, as of today recording, a coupon for 15% off. So something to look forward to.
Where do I find the scoop on that? And why do they keep trying to get me to apply for a visa?
They just really want that badly, you know. But just also know that this device can charge a MacBook Pro, a MacBook with 100 watts, and it's cheaper than buying a cord from Apple. You know, you have to still have the actual core itself, but that's cheap enough too. But in any case, that's my project of the week. So I want to bring that up.
Do you want to double back on your product of the week, or should I bring up my?
Me app of the week?
Yeah. You want me to
Sure,
bring up
I'll talk about that too.
Okay, you can talk about yours.
Mine is 50 Tiny Room Escape. So I have not really done an escape room my entire life, but I also want something that's going to challenge my brain a little bit, not just something super easy and stuff. So this is a way to do just that and not have to go inside the actual escape room where I might just not want to do it at all, right? So I got this app. I wouldn't say I'm scared. I just, if I don't complete it or if I don't succeed, I don't like to fail. You know, that's just me.
That's true.
So this is something that I just want to try and see if I can do it. And you can have a situation like, you know, there's fire and stuff and you're not actually going to burn alive. So that's also a huge thing.
I think most escape rooms will actually burn you alive, as that's highly illegal.
Well, that's a very true statement. But, you know, you could have more of a thing that, you know, I don't know, you just do it at your own pace and all sort of fun stuff. And, you know, there's just that. So people are giving us humongous good reviews, and I just wanted to try it myself. So this is a good way to challenge your brain and also have some fun. So that's my app of the week.
My mom used to have a similar game to this on her iPad Mini, and I used to like always go and play with her. So it's kind of nostalgic, even though it's not the same game. But that's pretty awesome. My app for this week is going to be Sora by OpenAI, or Sora by ChatGPT, as you might know it. Let me open it for you guys real quick. So this is Sora. All right, if you didn't know, Sora is a place where you can go, you can type in a prompt, and then all of a sudden, you have a realistic looking video that'll fool your grandparents. All right, I think today I might put my face in there, scan it in, and go get a video of me shaking hands with Barack Obama and see if my grandma falls for it. I think that's the move today. But yeah, this is why water pressure is horrible, I think, in Oregon. And this is why RAM prices are at $5,000 per stick. But I say while it's already up there, why don't you go have your fun? You know what I mean? The AI bubble's gonna burst one day. You might as well jump on the train before it's too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Adam, do you have just one more thing for us today? It's okay if you don't. I completely understand if you wanted to have a boring life this weekend. That's completely fine by me.
No, I had a question for my one more thing segment.
Okay, fire away.
Do you ever see the need for a fast food restaurant to have two windows when they never use the second one or the first
So,
one?
yeah, that's something I'm realizing recently. They stopped using like back in the day. I remember that'd be the window you'd pay at. The first one be when you pay at, then the second one you get your food. Right?
That's the process I thought too.
Now they're
But
just doing it at the same window. Right?
now,
You're
so
touching
like,
my
why
cat.
even put one in if you're not going to use it?
I think they just
It's
haven't
like
taken them out.
Walmart with
I think
32
so.
lanes of checkout and two are used.
I think the issue is that when they first built it, they were using both, and now they're just not using both anymore. So it's
No,
just
here's a fun fact. So the Dunkin' I go to in the morning, great crew
right.
there, great everything, right? It's not like it's a bad place at all. There's our first window, and this is like it came out like a year or two ago. It's pretty brand new, like they built it new. Never they used it. Never. I was there the first day of opening, and it was a closed sign, come to the second window, the whole thing.
Interesting.
Every McDonald's that has ever existed put one in and have used it twice, maybe that's it. And they never used it again. So I just have this question for these people that own these restaurants or these CEOs or whatever. Why do you even put one in? Is it for a fire escape? Potentially?
I don't know.
I do not understand why they use it. It just bugs me to death that they have it and they never use it. Maybe they're realizing that the first window pay option is not as effective as they thought it would because you're still waiting for your food. Okay, I paid for it. That has never been the hardest process of a fast food restaurant is paying for it. Usually it's like less than 5 or 6 seconds, right? You get in the car or you prepay online with the app, and that's done quickly. You're still waiting for your food though, so I don't know if that's even necessary. It's probably why they're not even used because they don't need to have it, right? I don't know. If you're also going through a fast food restaurant and you're not using their app and pay for it ahead of time, shame on you. You're
I mean,
reason why I
sometimes
am now delayed.
sometimes I can understand it. All right,
No,
I can
here's
understand.
why. No,
You want
here's
to make sure
why.
that you
You're
understand.
not getting the points with the reward system. You're often paying full price,
Yeah, but
and you're not getting like the discounts that you can get usually in every
you're
time you
also
buy it on
giving
the app.
the company an exorbitant amount of your data. Why is everybody texting me at this hour? You're giving
But
me
Quasi,
the
yes, I know my data is being used, but
exorbitant
here's the
amount of your
thing.
data.
Here's the thing. Who wants to pay full price? I don't. There's often deals that you don't get just walking up to the place and just doing it. And maybe you have that much fun, and that's great. But like, I always want to look for a deal. Man, it's just me. You know, like going to Burger King, you can get like two Whoppers, fries, and a drink for
On
like
Wednesday,
16
on
bucks.
Wednesday, you gotta go to Burger King. Any Wednesday,
Saying,
you got the
why would I
Whopper
want to pay
Wednesday.
full price when I don't have to?
It's like a buy one get one Whopper. I think. I don't know. I just know it's a great deal.
It's
Unrelated.
great.
No, I think you get a
You know?
Whopper for as long as you place an order worth $3.99. But unrelated, have you seen all the or not the tech CEOs, the fast food CEOs are like eating their burger after the McDonald's guy did it?
Yep.
He called it a
And he
product.
claims, oh, I eat this all the time. Don't believe
Yeah,
that at
there you
all.
go.
Not after that response. The man
Real
looked like
weird.
he was about to like, not to get too graphic, but to reproduce the food that he just ate.
Did
That's
you
what I can put it.
did you see how little of a bite he took? And then the
It
video
was,
cuts. The video cuts. I think he immediately spat it out.
oh yeah,
There's just no way. I don't
that
believe
was
him for a
bad. And
second.
like, then you see all these other CEOs say, yeah, I eat this all the time, whatever, and so on and so on. I don't
I
believe that all
believe
the
the
time
A and
either.
W one. The A and W
You see the one from
CEO.
Oberweis? Man
I did not.
just takes the entire like chocolate milk glass container and just starts drinking it. You know
I
what?
did see
That's
one from
probably the most
Burger King.
believable one there is because
Well, there was
Oberweis is like really good at what they do. Gotta give him props for that. So it was just weird. It was a great attempt at marketing. technique, but man, maybe like try it and practice it before you actually record it and release it to those people.
I think he was being held hostage, to be quite honest with you. I don't think he knew that was on the agenda for the day.
Arnold Kamen's like, if you don't do this, I will stab your throat with this
Yeah,
fork. I don't know. I don't know,
He
but it
did
was
not know
interesting.
that
Like,
was in the job description.
but they had to have seen it afterwards and say, "Man, can you do another take?" Like you released it. That's the worst part. Okay, maybe you did that and it didn't work out so well. Try it again.
There's only so many times he could put that in his mouth.
Maybe he did. Maybe that was like the 12th time and he just could not. I don't know. Maybe
Every other time he had a visceral reaction. They were like, nope,
there is.
take
I
two.
just like the response. I just like the response. That's all. And now they have no response to the responses. This is the funny part. I don't know. I thought that was very interesting to say the least. You know what you don't see though? You don't see like the CEOs of like hotel chains staying at their own hotels. Where are those videos?
Oh, the governor of Illinois owns some hotels.
Oh, I know.
I think he's like Marriott.
Cannot stand that guy. I'm sorry. That's.
I have no negative opinions on any politician. On any politician. Actually, that's not entirely true, but if you want to get to know my opinions, you guys are going to have to watch the podcast in depth. That's the only way you can figure out my political affiliation.
I think, not to get too political here, I think the governor of Illinois might be the worst governor.
Oh. Is there like a specific policy that you want to quote, or?
He just does things. Not to get too political.
He just does things
that I just cannot even begin to understand. He just.
I guess he does things, guys. I don't know.
I don't want to get too much into politics crazy because political views tend to cause arguments and people to get upset. And
yeah,
you know, I can't talk about Xbox versus PC without people getting upset on the podcast. Yeah. And this is gonna for sure.
I'm actually gonna clip where you said he's the worst governor of all time.
No, keep it there. And if you have an opposing view, go ahead and bring it up. That's okay.
And just see how many people we can upset.
But you know, here's the thing. I don't think anybody's like, man, you're wrong. He's a great governor. Like, no one's going to say that about him. He's just...
Really?
Oh, he's a lot to handle. That's all you got to say. And he, you know,
I think I have to go do
some
research on him and his policies. I don't know anything about him. I've lived in the state for a year, so...
Just be advised. When you do, you'll be like, man, Adam was right. He is horrible.
Cool.
I just... Like, that kind of horrible. Like, you can't even say the word horrible without making, like, a whole body shake gesture. It's that horrible.
Well, that's rough. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Governor, lock in, apparently. And
if you want to come on the podcast and defend yourself, please do.
Please. Publicity.
There is a 0% chance of that happening. We have a better chance... We have a better chance of like Apple giving us free products than that. I just don't think it's going to ever happen. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think I'll email him and be like, the host of the One More Thing Tech podcast said you suck and we want to talk to you about it.
Oh, boy.
Respond.
You know what? Let's just do that. And just from your email, by the way, not Kenny from mine. It just can't be. He knows I don't like him.
Okay. Yeah, we'll reach out to him. Speaking of reaching out,
that'd be very funny.
If you guys want even the smallest chance of being on the podcast, we have a podcast Discord in which nobody talks anymore. I'm very sad about it. So right here, right now, I'm offering you guys a chance to go and download Discord, open the app, and respond to one message. I'm going to type a message in there today, right? It's going to be something really cool, and if you guys respond to it, just know that we have an upcoming giveaway this month. Just be prepared. Sorry, I mean next month. Whatever April is. It's next month. A little bit of an Easter giveaway. So, you guys will have the details in there first. I'm just saying. You guys will have an advantage. I'm just saying. You'll see the message on Friday. Which is ironically when this podcast comes out. I'm just saying. Do you? If you want to risk it, go ahead and risk it. I'm just saying. All right.
I just put something right now. Guys, let's just have an awesome week. There's been some things happening in our world, and there's been some suffering, some pain, some not so happy people. So let's this week, as the OMT audience, let's just be kind to people, love life, smile, laugh, have fun, and just love one another. Let's just do that. I'm not saying we don't do that. I'm saying let's continue doing that. How about we do that? There's so much happening.
I do have just one more thing. I just want to
Let's
make
see.
mention of this one thing. I love the concept of airbeds, but in practice, airbeds suck.
Yeah.
I want to say I've been sleeping on an air mattress for like the last 2.5, 3 days. Because my dad doesn't want me to sleep on the couch for some reason, even though the couch is considerably more comfortable than an air
Okay.
mattress. Well, the air mattress is really comfortable when you go to sleep, but you wake up and then you have back pain. So, all
Let's
right,
see.
but Adam, I know you have to get going.
I do.
So,
It's that time.
yeah.
Well, everybody have a fantastic week. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Okay, we'll see you.
Did you end it? It's not ended. End it.